Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I have done all the way across the field, and we've been missing every other line. I know that we did it a little bit differently in the middle. I've now turned around and done this one outside round, and I'm hoping it will skip the one that we did, and it will skip the next one as well, because it was, because of the way the combine turns, it was missing one more than we had it set, and I've got it set for missing one, so it should now do the every other one all the way along, and then it will come back through and we will do the final pass. So I'm just going to get rid of that. So anyway, my question for this week, let me just bring up the map. Here we go. Why is it? Oh, so if you press escape while you're using the GPS mod, the combine will just stop, just like that. So anyway, do you want me to expand my land? And what I'm going to do for land expansion, bear in mind that we will very soon get started on ploughing up this area here, and I'm thinking that we will do this bit as well. So we'll do these three pieces, so that we've got some extra land for farming, which is kind of going to be free land. So I will be doing that soon. Do you want me to, as my next project after that, save up money and buy Field 15 and Field 20, so expand our land out here, and then join them together into one big field? Or do you want me to increase the number of pigs we got? And I will at least treble them so that we get up to a minimum of 36 pigs. Well, we're on 13 now, we've gone up an extra pig. But yeah, I will treble them so that we're up to a minimum of 36. So it was, when we started, it was 12. Your card should have come up there so you can vote. Please head into the comment section and let us all know why you're choosing to vote for what you're choosing to vote for. I always read the comment section, and you never know, you may be able to persuade other people to go and vote your way instead of the way that they were voting originally. Why are we going off track? That's why. I accidentally disengaged the GPS. It didn't disengage. But anyway, yes, it is your vote. It's your game. Please make sure you vote. You have the control for how this series will progress. Right, I'm going to continue on with this harvest, because this is... Yes, it's nice that we're getting the harvest done, but this isn't the main thing that we want to get done this week. We want to get started with a plough. Although we don't actually have any money for said plough. I also need to harvest that one over there. So I'm going to hurry up and finish this field now, I think. And then once this field is finished, we can go and get the header, which is a little bit of a nuisance. We're going to have to drive all the way back up to the dealership to get the header, bring it back. We also need to, very importantly, I've just done it again, I switched off the hired help. We need to go and clean the animals. The cows are down to 8%, the pigs are down to 23% cleanliness. They all need cleaning. They also need topping up with various bits of food, as do these. So we've got quite a bit that we need to get done. So I'll be doing a bit later on, I think, with the animals. Coming on round to the very final stretch of the field. I've been wondering whether or not I should plough this field. We're going to get a plough, and we've got a lot of work that we need to do with it, so it's whether or not I spend the time ploughing up this field as well. I know I was talking about expanding this field. I'd like to remove those two poplar trees there. They're quite big, and I think they're in the way. So that's something worth considering, but yes, I'll also need to move that one down on the corner if I do that. We could get a bit of money for them. We would just cut them up with a chainsaw, sling it into the trailer, and off we go. Right. Let's stop that one. All done, all finished. We've got 3 ton left in the combine, and the trailer is full. So, yeah, I suppose I could do the ploughing, expand this field a bit. I'll get the roller, and we could sort of roll on the ends. I'm also curious to see, you know, the bushes just there. I wonder if the roller would actually remove those bushes, because, I mean, I think that would be actually quite a cool thing to do if we could. We could remove those. That would actually be pretty awesome. Before we do anything else, we need to unload this trailer. I would like to get a second trailer. Before I start going to feed the pigs, I'd like a second trailer so that I could take 2 different lots of grain up there. But that's got to be fairly low down on the list of things that we need. The plough is the important bit, and we could just plant some other crops. We've got a nice lot of corn now. We've got 2 lots of 8 ton, plus the 3 in the combine. So we've got a huge amount of corn, which would be more than enough for just a poultry 36 pigs, if you guys decide that is the way that you're going to vote. The plough is the important one. That one there is 13,000. That's a non-reversible plough. That one is 15,000, and that's a reversible one. It's quite a small one. I don't think that we'd be able to pull that one with our tractor anyway. I think we would struggle to pull that 6-furrow reversible on the one we got. This one here is the one that I would like. I mean, this one we could do it, but I don't really want a single furrow, a single side plough. I don't really want a non-reversible, because in order to use it properly, you do have to either go back to the other end of the field, or you have to sort of split the field up, whereas this one you can just flip over and carry right on from where you are. So I think we're going to go with that one, which means we've got to get 15,000 euros. That's going to be the big thing. Where do I get 15,000 euros from? Yeah, we do need to clean the animals. That's something that we've got to do fairly quick. So what have we got? 11,000. So we're going to have 20,000 litres of corn, but we're going to keep that because that is the main food for the pigs. We want to keep that. So we got these 2 here. I've got another field that has been planted, so I think we could sell the grain from the other field. Let me just empty this one out a second. And another trailer. How much was another trailer? Oh, no, I don't want to look there. I want to look in here. So while that is tipping, a second one of those is 9,400. Now, I have got several modded trailers. Do we have any that are suitable? No, they're all expensive. Right, I mean, that one would be pretty cool. That's 25,000 euros, so it is bigger. I think we're actually going to be looking at that one at 9,400, plus the 15,000 for the other one. So we're going to need a good 20,000 euros, which means that we're going to need to go and do some work on a neighbour's farm. I don't think we're going to get enough from selling our grain over there. I think we are going to go and need to do a bit of work for a neighbour. But we'll do the harvest first, and then we'll see about selling some grain. So let me just park this one up over here. And as I've just time-lapsed the corn harvest here for you, I don't think I'm going to time-lapse doing this wheat field. We'll do some of the wheat field, but I'm not going to do all of it on camera. I'm going to do most of it off camera, because I'd like to get that finished today. Oh, I just turned the combine off. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, I'd like to get it finished today so that we can move on to doing our ploughing project up in the other fields tomorrow. That's something that I would like to get at least started on this week. That is our major project for this week. So that's probably going to extend out into next week now. We've just seen some combining, and we do a lot of combining here and there, so I'm not going to do that. And also, I know a lot of you like me to add in a little bits of time-lapse, but unfortunately they do take a little while to do, and they also take quite a while to edit and basically just make sure everything is perfect on them. I don't like doing a time-lapse that isn't up to par. So for that reason, I won't include them very often. I will do them occasionally for you. It's a little bit of something extra, but it's not going to be a frequent thing. So I've given you a little bit today, and I gave you some last week on this map. I might actually end up doing a little bit of time-lapse somewhere once a week, like a little bit extra. It's just a few minutes of time-lapse in the middle of a standard episode, just as like a little bonus extra for you. Now let me just, I want to change over and I want to fold up that header. So that can go there. We're going to go. I'm going to run up to the shop and go and get my other header. I'll put it onto the trailer with this combine, and then I'll tow it down with this combine. But I won't bore you with the details of that. Let's lower that one down there. Drop that there. Right, I'm going to rush off and get that header a second, and then we can get started on that field. Is that wheat or is that barley? I really can't remember now. And the other thing that we need to do is make sure that we've got a tractor that can spread fertilizer on that field properly. I don't want to leave stripes all over it the second time round. I think we'll have to get care wheels, row crop tyres for the bigger tractor. I think that one does have the option to do that. And then we can see about spreading the fertilizer without damaging the crop. I now have my other header, and I did just test it very, very quickly, and no, you cannot lift this header off of this header trailer. It doesn't seem to matter what combine you use, it is stuck there forever unless you get another tractor to lift it off for you. Not lift it off, unless you get a tractor to pull the header trailer away once you've hitched on to the header. Which, I don't know if that's realistic or not. It's certainly nothing I've ever encountered, but that doesn't mean to say that I've encountered every single type of combine that exists. Because I most certainly have not encountered every type of combine that exists. So it could very well be a thing. It's just an inconvenient thing to have happened here in this game. So let's go and get another tractor. If I was to plough up extra piece here, would I still want to plough the middle? I think I would, actually. I was just wondering if I should set this tractor over here going with the small cultivator before I do anything else, but I don't think I will. I think I'll wait and I'll plough up everything, because that will give us that extra 10% yield, and we are going to need to earn a bit of extra money, so we are going to have to go and do a bit of contracting. As I want to move that tree and the 2 trees over there, that is going to earn us a little bit. 2 extra trees would be quite good. We're doing a lot of bouncing here at the moment. I'm not quite sure why we're bouncing. Just line that up. There we go. Right. Yeah. Now I can't pull that one out. Let me try backing up and going this way a bit. Right, apparently we can't pull the header away. What can we do with this one? We can't pull it back. Apparently we don't get to do anything with this one. It's just going to be stuck forever on this header trailer. If I do that and then lift it up in the air, is that going to help the situation at all? I've sort of shoved it forward a bit in the hope that... No, it's just sort of slid back and now it's locked in place. This is a bit of a problem. What happens if I fold the combine back up? Is that going to change anything? Doesn't seem to have changed anything. I don't think it would stick like that. Why is it doing that then? I'm really sure that it's not supposed to behave in this fashion. I can try twisting it round. It seems like a little bit game-breaking, really. Well, a little bit. This seems like a very bit game-breaking. I don't like it at all. This is not at all realistic. You wouldn't... If you couldn't back right out, you would at least be able to pull it away with the tractor. Let's leave that tractor. This is quite a small tractor, so let's get a bigger tractor and put a bit of oomph onto it. But I'm going to do this a minute off camera because, quite frankly, this is a game-breaking moment, and I don't really like game-breaking moments, so I won't subject you to it. Okay, that I wasn't very happy about at all. The only way that I could do it was to go and get the Kramer here and actually physically lift the front of the combine up, and then once it was levered up into the air, slightly back off of the trailer. That's got to be game breaking. Got to be a bug. I can't even begin to fathom why they would have put that into the game and have it actually intended. So we will just give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that that is a mistake and it does need slight alteration, because there was no physical way of removing it. I tried pulling and pushing and all sorts to slide the trailer out from underneath. It wouldn't work that way. This header is too wide to be expected to drive along the road. So it would actually need to go onto a header trailer, and as far as I can tell, there are no options to alter the height of the trailer in any way. So I'm going to assume that that is actually an unintended bug, and we will just hope that it will eventually be fixed. So let me come over here. I'm going to get the combine started on the field. I'm not going to bother with the GPS mod. I'm just going to use the hired help to do it. This one can go in here and start on this. We're going to... Actually, do we need straw? Because we got loads of straw over there. I don't think we do. I think we'll just shred the straw. I don't think there's any need for it. So let's unfold the combine and start her up. There we go. There, and I'll have the header up, the reel there, just sort of in front of where the crop goes into the machine. Just like that. I think that seems about right. Let's come on up through here. Right. That's looking good. I'm going to let the hired help do this field. So, engage hired help. And we're on barley. I couldn't remember if we were barley or wheat here. So she's going to do that field for us. I'm going to hop off. And we've got a nice bit of manure coming up along here. And what are we like for slurry? 11,000 slurry. Okay, it's not too bad. So we haven't got masses. We don't have enough yet to be doing any fields or anything. So let's put this header trailer... I am wondering if we should just sell it and try and find a way to get along the roads without having to use a header trailer, because having to lever it off the combine like that I didn't like that at all. That was I mean, I'm quite willing to sort of work with things and change things around a bit, but that was just, yeah, I didn't like that. Anyway, I'll empty out this trailer a second. And once we've emptied this one, we'll then be ready to start unloading off of the combine. And I think really, because what we want to do is we want to get a plough. That's got to be our next major task, is getting the plough. And then we can start ploughing up all the stuff that we want to plough up. We want to expand that field. This one here, I don't think we'll worry about expanding this one. We'll just leave this one as it is, because the machinery can turn around in it, and it's not that big a field anyway, so it's not going to make a huge difference. This one here, this could have a significant impact if we could widen that field, because there's a lot of space on each side. So there'll be a lot of extra land for us there. I will go and put this corn in here. We'll worry about topping up the pigs and everything later on, because if you look at the numbers at the moment, we are... The cleanliness needs doing, I need to do to clean them up, but for water and straw and everything, they've got plenty of food here at the moment, so we don't need to really worry about that. The cattle are the same, they just need cleaning, so actually I might do that in a minute. I'll get the first load out of the combine, just go and tip this trailer, and then I think we can clean the cattle up so that they go back up a bit. What is the situation with the cattle, actually? 65%, I think we lose 10% on that. So the mixed ration... We will need to be doing some hay at some point, and I know that I'm thinking of ploughing up all the meadows, so we're going to have to go a little bit further afield, because, well, not all the meadows, just some of the meadows. So we'll have to go a little bit further afield for... I've had the mini-map off most of the day. I'm sorry because I haven't heard results back from yesterday's episode. I don't know yet if everybody would prefer me to keep the mini-map on whilst I'm doing my normal Let's Plays. Or if it would just be while I'm doing time lapses. So yeah, I will try to remember to keep it on. Obviously, I am a rather forgetful sort of person, as many of you probably have realised by now. Right, what was I looking at here? So that would take it up to another 10%. And if we go to the map, where would we go and make hay? If we're going to plough up that bit where we did our silage from for the cattle over here, and we got a little piece below field 8, and we got another section here that I wanted to plough up. That's going to be our 3 lots of ploughing. Extend this field, and then depending on what you guys say, we'll either be increasing the pig capacity, or we'll be getting more land here. So we'll have room for plenty of crops. We could do a few cash crops. So I know that I think there's a bit of a meadow down here, and then there's a meadow here that we can use. There's lots of bits over this side. I think that bit there doesn't have much in the way of trees either. So we do have plenty of land that we can turn into hay if we need to. So I'm not too concerned about us running out of space for hay. Let's just go and see how the combine is doing, how much space we've got, because then I can clean up the cattle. I'll do the cleaning of the pigs off camera. I'll do that between the 2 episodes. Right, let's skip up in here. Oh, we're only half full. We did get this to maximum yield, didn't we? I think we did. I know that we've got these huge gaps missing where we were doing the fertilising, so that's kind of a bit poor, really, isn't it? That's not really the way to go about doing things. Right, let's leap off of there. And while that one turns round, we can get lined up, and we'll empty it out. Then I will go and get the Kramer and go over and clean up the end of the cattle there. And I think we'll go and have a look at field 15 and 20 and see if there's any tasks that need doing over there, because we're going to need to earn some money. I did a load of jobs up at the 2 fields up the top. I did like a full harvest and harvest, fertilise, ploughing. I did all the lot, and that's really, if you want to do contract jobs, find a field that needs harvesting, and you'll have a whole load of work that you can do there all at once. And that'll earn you a nice big chunk of cash, especially doing ploughing. Ploughing takes quite a while, so you get more money. And it's not necessarily, you don't really want to keep changing until you get the bigger machinery, because if you do it with if you do the job with a smaller machinery, it's scheduled to take longer, so you get paid more money for the particular job. It is actually worth doing it with the smaller stuff. Right, let's just park that one there, and we'll run over and get this Kramer. I need to take off the bale fork that we've got and put on the bucket. I won't worry about putting any more silage in for them at the moment. Alright, skip into you. I'm going to leave our tools. They can sit out here. And if we're going to go and cut down the poplar trees at the end here, I might actually get a log fork for this one. I don't know if we've got a log fork available. Let's just have a look. Front loaders. Do we have a log fork? We've got the bale squeeze. Manure fork is 1280 on capacity. The bucket is 1860. Someone did say they thought maybe that one of them was bigger. That's fork with grapple is 1540, and that one's the same. So the bucket is the biggest capacity, and it's a smaller capacity than the little tiny JCB skid steer, which it just seems a bit bizarre, right? That was only 800 euros. It would probably be worth buying that, because then we could we wouldn't have to cut the logs up quite so small. We will have to buy a chainsaw as well, so we're looking at about 2,000 euros. And buy those two. We could just put the trailer on the back of this machine, although we do need a stump grinder. We'd have to buy a stump grinder as well. That's the only issue, and the stump grinder is a bit more expensive. How much more expensive? That's the next. Where are we? Forestry equipment. That's the one. Right, that's 5,000 euros. So we're looking at 7,000 euros in order to be able to move those 3 trees. Although once we've got the equipment, obviously, we can use the equipment elsewhere. But 7,000 euros to be able to remove the 3 trees, that means that we would be able to expand our land out a little bit down, as well as all out sideways. Now, I'm going to... Actually, let's try and do this in cab, shall we? I don't know if I can. It's such a sort of it's a long view. It's a long way from the cab to the front of that thing, and that's not even extended. That's just up close. Right, I've picked up some of it. There is a little bit of grass still left. There's quite a lot of grass left, actually. And this is the difficult bit with this particular job, is trying to get them to line up. Oops. Just driven right into the trough there. Let's back up a bit further. There we go. Right. Right, I'm scraping the ground. I got a feeling... No, it's... What am I doing wrong here? I think we will give up on that and... Okay, that's very, very weird. We've scraped it all, but it's not actually come up as anything there now. Let me just take a look in here. I'm guessing that we had the angle too far, and so it sort of pushed it forward, but it tipped it into the trough as it was tipping out. Water, straw, grass... Right, well, we've got enough there, so we don't need to worry about getting any more for that. That field's nearly finished. That is a very, very small field, isn't it? Just tuck that one back up a little bit. Okay, let's go and drive this one back, and then... I'll tell you what, we'll swap over just at the end of the line here, and then we can empty out that combine. Racing down here as fast as we possibly can. There we go. Stop. Leap out. Run over here into this one. Start this one up. It's a good job that us farmers can handle lots of different machinery. I do like the course finding now with the hired help. It does seem to be quite intelligent at finding its way round certain obstacles. I mean, sometimes it still gets stuck, but generally it does seem to be a bit of an improvement, as in it will stop earlier in the field and turn around. We notice this in Goldcrest, and yes, it will leave a patch of the field, but then once it gets past the obstacle, it will drive then to the end of the field, so you don't have it just parked up against a tree for ages and ages, which is, I feel, a bit of a bonus. That's a step in the right direction. We're not getting masses of crop out of this field, are we? We've got 7 tons. This trailer only takes 8, so we're going to have more than a ton from that bit. So I will go and empty this one. My weekly question this week, let me just slow down a bit, bring up the map. I am going to be doing some ploughing. I'm starting tomorrow. We're going to try and get the plough. I will have to start off by doing a couple of jobs here. We've got sugar beet there. What's the situation with the growth? That's in the final growth stage, so we might actually have some harvest work that we could do here. If we can't do it on those two, we could always move up to field 12 and do a bit there just for now. We need to earn a little bit of money so that we can buy a plough, and we want to buy a couple of other little bits as well. So I will be expanding our land and claiming some of this here for free. So we will get some land expansion there. Do you want me to expand the land a bit further and buy up these two and join them together into a big field? Or do you want me to treble the amount of pigs that we've got and take it up to a minimum of 36 pigs? I'll probably take it to around 40 pigs. So that is my question for the week. Do you want me to get a load more pigs, or do you want me to expand my land further? It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section, tell everybody why you're voting for what you're voting, and go up into the right-hand corner, the top right-hand corner, and click on the little white eye up there, and that is how you cast your vote on the poll cards. And there's the poll cards that count. I will read your comments. I will, look at the reasons why you want us to do different things, but it's the poll card that counts, so don't forget to actually vote. It's your vote. It's your game. As always, it will never change. Hang on, let me just pick that up. There we go. Yeah. Somebody did say to me, I do things without asking you guys first. Like, I'm going to go and plough up this land. Yes, there are quite a few things. There's certain ways that I want to move a map, like only leasing equipment in Goldcrest and only buying equipment in this map. So there are certain ways that I want to take a map, and a certain Let's Play. I'd like to move it in a certain direction. But I will ask you guys sort of how you want me to go about achieving that goal. That's more sort of what it is. You're not deciding everything because, it's not necessarily going to go in the direction that I want it to. And I've got to want to be able to do this. I've got to want to do the Let's Play myself, and so I like a bit of variety in things, and that's why I do what I do. So yes, I don't ask you everything, just for those people who are saying, hang on, this isn't fair, you're not asking us about this and we think this is a major thing. I will ask you questions, it's just they're going to be steered towards how I want the map to progress, okay? But anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give me a like, and if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. I will go and tidy up the pigs before next episode, and we will just finish up this little tiny bit down through here, and then in our next episode we can see about getting a little bit of money to buy our plough, which is going to be our next thing. I think we've got to get that plough. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.